Hey guys, my name is Ashley Wiseman. For those of you that don't know me, I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you a little bit about Instagram and how to grow your following. So as you know, Instagram, among your other social media platforms, is super important as you grow your business because you want to reach more people and form relationships with more people to ultimately gain more potential clientele to grow your business. So Instagram is just one of those ways. So first of all, I have had an Instagram account for probably 2 to 3 years now, and it's steadily increased, but I haven't really truly noticed a huge increase up until these last several months since being a coach. And I know it's just because I have put more of a priority into increasing my following and doing some daily tasks to help me grow my following. So I do have a blog, My Food and Fitness Diaries, and I think that initially helped my Instagram following because a lot of my blog followers started following me on Instagram. But I didn't really implement a lot of things to help grow my following over the last couple years up until this past summer when I became a coach. And sure enough, I have more than doubled my following. I started with about 3,000 followers when I became a coach back in July, and I've doubled it to over 6,000 followers since then, just by implementing some small little things in my daily Instagram posts. So I wanted to share those with you. First of all, I want you to figure out your target audience. So I want you to think about who you're posting for, essentially. Who do you want to reach out to? Who do you want to help? And then run with that. Be confident in your posts and think about how are you benefiting your target audience. Amber's touched on this a lot lately, and I think it's so important. How are you helping the people that are following you because they want to share it with their family and friends. They want to keep coming back for more because they know that they're going to get something from you. And then along those lines as well, your account is also a representation of you. So you want to look at your profile, look at your pictures, and ask yourself if it truly represents you. Because another aspect is I want you to ask yourself not only how are you benefiting those people, but you're also using your Instagram profile to tell your story. So people want to ultimately trust you. And if they don't trust you, they're not going to ask you for help in their health journey. And so they want to see a huge variety of your life. They want to see what you're up to. They want to see pictures of your kids. They want to see what you're eating. And because that just helps them get to know you better and helps you or helps them trust you. And then ultimately, they'll want to ask you for help. So that's super important. And then along with that, I want you to look at your profile and your username. So your profile is essentially the first thing people see about you. It's basically their first impression of you. And so when they look at it, it should look professional. It should be just a short little glimpse of who you are and what you're all about. And this person is immediately going to ask, like, oh, do I relate to this person? And if so, they're probably going to give you a follow. I also want you to look at your username. I usually discourage people from using like super long usernames. You want it to be fairly short without a whole lot of punctuation just because that can be a little bit overwhelming and hard to remember. You want something that people will easily remember, but is also a good representation of you. Something simple. Take a minute and look at your Instagram profile and just ask yourself if it represents you. Your username, your profile, your pictures. Look at all three of those things and make sure that they represent you. And if not, I want you to tweak it so that it does represent you. And then let's move on. Like Amber has said, I think 2 to 4 posts per day is a good way to offer variety to your followers. You want to give a good variety of, your daily life, some encouragement for them, what you're up to, some healthy recipes, you want variety there. And also it helps kind of break up your lead generators so people aren't constantly like thinking that all you do is post lead generators, because that's the last thing we want. That's not totally entirely what we're here for. We're also here to build relationships and help people. So I think it's important to help break up those lead generators, to post regularly, 2 to 4 times a day. Because if all you're posting are lead generators, people are not going to want to follow you. So make sure that you have good variety in your posts. You're posting at least 2 to 4 times a day. And then next we're going to move on to hashtags. So hashtags are essentially a way for people to find different types of posts. So for example, if I were looking for an inspiring quote, I would search hashtag inspiring quote or hashtag quote of the day. If I were searching for a healthy meal, I might search hashtag healthy recipe or something like that. So it's just another way for people to find you. So it's super important you add hashtags onto your posts. I usually recommend about 5 to 10 hashtags per post. If you do any more than that, it can get a little bit obnoxious. I think some people can be turned off by that. One way to kind of move past that is you can put your hashtags in a separate comment so that it's not quite so overwhelming in the initial caption. I do that and it seems to help. And then I want you to be creative with those hashtags too. So you want to think of hashtags that reach beyond like the health and fitness world, because ultimately those are the people that you kind of want to reach, the people that maybe don't have a lot of experience with eating healthy or a lot of exposure to workouts and exercises. So think beyond just the health and fitness world, because you want to help the people outside of the health and fitness world, if that makes sense. You want to use well-known hashtags, but also be creative with those hashtags and think beyond just all of the super well commonly used ones. And then some people use hashtags to kind of be a little funny too, which I think sometimes people appreciate that because it's just another way for you to show your personality a little bit. And so sometimes I'll throw in like a funny one sometimes that people might appreciate. And then along with that, I usually will recommend people to tag their photos with different brands and companies. So for example, this morning I posted a photo of my little girl Reese for her 3-month photo update. So I had her in a cute little headband and one of those little stickers that says 3 months on it, and I tagged the brand. So the headband was Baby Bling Bows. So I tagged the company in the photo, and then I tagged also the sticker company. I think it's Sticky Bellies. And so now when people are on Baby Bling Bows or Sticky Bellies Instagram profile, under their tagged photos, they'll see that photo that I tagged of them in there, and then it'll go back to me and they can follow me. So that's just a simple way that I've gained a lot of followers. And I do this with Shakeology all the time too. So whenever I post a picture of Shakeology or mentioning Shakeology, I tag Shakeology in there. So whenever people go to the Shakeology profile on Instagram, my picture will show up in their tagged photos. So that's another great way for people to find you. And then lastly, just something so simple but something so important is making meaningful comments on other people's Instagram photos. I think this is super important. I make it a goal every day to comment a meaningful, genuine comment on 10 different people's profiles or pictures on their profiles. And I think this is just another way to build those relationships with other people and encourage that communication. And it also gets your username out there. So when other people and other commenters and Instagram followers are going to see your username and might be intrigued and click on your profile and may want to end up following you. So it just gives you more exposure as well. So anyways, those are my tips for the day. I hope that this helps you grow your Instagram following a little bit. I think it's ultimately important to just be genuine, think about how you're benefiting other people, and run with that. So, anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. Feel free to comment below with any questions you have, and I will talk to you guys later.